Hello and welcome back to Relish Crafts, where we relish in our crafts. It is time for another style up video. I have been working diligently out there and about in the wild, hunting and gathering for us. Now, there seems to be a shortage on caftans out there. I cannot seem to find any in good standing. However, nevertheless, we make do with what we can find. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy when I am limited and challenged because that means possibly you are limited and challenged as well. And together we will figure it out to achieve our very favorite aesthetic, that is the boho aesthetic, a la Frankie. All of these are in no particular order. I go through and style everything up as best I can, and then I have to screenshot pictures of the video clips that I use when I show you my styled examples. That's it. There's no particular order. So the first one that I put on was this really cool gray dress. It is a size small. I loved it. It just, this kind of a dress with this little sheer cape thing just reminds me so much of Stevie Nicks. And it has like a gradient, splotchy situation to the color all throughout that I love because I just love imperfections. And even the little sheer bit here has some color variations. And it actually has its little rope belt, which is very rare to find when you're thrifting. It's partner belt. You know, honestly, the way that I styled it up, I put it on first and I think of like what vibe it's giving or where would I wear this to. And honestly, I would probably wear this to a wedding. Like if there was a summer wedding, this is so sheer and light that I would definitely, I think it all matters how you style it up, right? Your accessories, how you do your hair, things like this. That I think that this would be very nice for a special gathering. Girl, anything really. I have been trying to keep an eye out for these really thin scarves, right? Like this one is really thin. They can get thinner than this, but these are the kind that I like to use in place of accessories. And I loved this color, the fringe of it. It feels lovely on the skin. And I paired it with this dress. I also just kind of held this little bag as a clutch. I love using bags like this as like a floating pocket, right? Something that's kind of grab and go in your bag, but that is just as lovely and pretty, right? Maybe you leave your larger bag in the car and you take your little basic essentials to whatever your little shindig is, or maybe to the restroom. I really love this. And then sometimes I'm always losing my lip balm, a card, the main card I use, or a certain key. I keep it in here and I know when I'm fishing about in my large bag that holds everything, I know to just go, this is what I'm looking for essentially. So I just love these little bags. And this one just happens to be very glamorous and paired up with this dress, I think is fancy. Now, my shoes are like metallic. The dress is gray. So I went with the metallic theme in that maybe it's a wedding or a special event. And the good thing about this scarf here, girl, you can wear it as a belt. You can wear it on your head. There's no right or wrong way, okay? I had a silver fringe scarf that's a lot larger, and I just draped it in front of me, okay? I love it when there's fabric, even if it's this skinny scarf here, that's from like me accessorizing my neck with it, leaving the long bits of scarf on the back. I just think it's glamorous. Or when you just simply drape a scarf in front of you and it's kind of just got the two ends behind you, I think it's lovely. It just reminds me of like those glamour days of when we used to have a sheer tail to our dresses. It's something like that. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. Now, in earlier videos of my style ups, I've tried to impress upon you the importance of your hairstyle. You know, when it all looks nice. Okay. It is. If you're styling your hair up or down, it does. But I hope that you can see that it changes it up when you pin your hair up, that it becomes a little bit more formal. Okay, not like a crazy bridal updo. Just pinning your hair up the way you've styled it. Just pin it up. I think it changes the vibe of the look. And I went ahead and grabbed my trusty cowboy style hat and threw it on for a really trendy hipster boho look. These looks that I try to style up for you guys are very versatile, right? Where we got our hair down, but we still look like we can go to an evening event, a special event. We pinned our hair up and now we're at a wedding. We can throw on our trendy hat and look just as boho, if not more, and layering our accessories. This silver look of jewelry that I'm wearing with my hat and this dress is a combination of 3 necklaces. It's just a silver choker and then another dangly coin necklace. You can Google those search terms of boho coin dangly necklace, and you will come up with a variety and different price points. I don't really like to share links because Amazon doesn't work with tiny creators like me, and there's nothing that I get back from it. And I thrift my accessories, so it's not like I go to a specific place online or boutique to get my stuff. It's just a luck of the draw, and it's been years that I've had some of these pieces. But the internet is there and is willing to sell you so many different things. So throughout, I'm going to try to grab different bags to kind of layer up the looks. But girl, have fun with your accessories, with your jewelry, your hats, your scarves, your shoes. Okay, there are so many shoes out there that I would be wearing if they fit me. Girl, they don't fit me, okay? So many fun shoes that you're wearing a caftan, maybe it's a solid color. Girl, your shoes should be ta-da, okay? Like I love a novelty shoe. I love a silly shoe. I love a bling Betsy Johnson type shoe. If I could find those out thrifting, girl, oh my God, I would be wearing those with these looks. But, girl, it's very large, the foot. Okay, now these shoes are men's shoes. They're too big for me, these shoes. But I think that's kind of cool. I like that look. Girl, I like drowning in things, but it's rare for me because I have such a large shoe size, Anyhow, I know you have a smaller foot than me, and girl, you better be having fun with your shoes, okay? The next dress that I put on was this one. This Holy Clothing. It's a 2X. Now, what I want to say is that I have style sisters who have commented and have shared with me that they wear larger sizes. And I have always said that, girl, I'm going to be on the lookout, okay? I'm not going to pick up everything that I see that is a larger size. If it is something that I would wear and it's in a larger size, girl, you better really want to pick it up, okay? I'm going to try to put it up in my website. Hopefully you like it. Maybe you'll grab it for yourself. Now, this is one of those dresses. I know that when I thrifted it, I shared with you the company. The company is in business. It's Holy Clothing. I believe this is cotton. It is a chemise. It is something that goes underneath a like Renaissance style gown. Okay, they look like they make gowns. It didn't look costumey. It looked legit. I don't know. Maybe they are costumey. I don't know. But when I saw this, girl, first of all, it looked brand new and really awesome. I was like, girl, this is kind of hippie to me. I like it. Remember, I like sizing up, okay? Because I like loose clothing. I like caftans. I like flowy textiles. Sometimes, because I'm thrifting for different style sisters, it's going to be a little bit too big for me, but I model it anyway because I want you to be inspired by it. I want you to get an idea. All the sisters involved here, okay? So, and I know that you have, and I hope you continue to give me grace when I style up sizes that are larger, okay? This is a 2X. I put it on. I did the little scrunchy bitties as best I could to show you, okay? I put it on by itself to show you what it looks like. I like to do that. I know a lot of people have expressed, that it's very hot where they're at right now. I know that my heat wave is about getting ready to start. And this is very see-through, okay? It's very sheer. Now, when I tried that on, girl, a lot of these dresses, I've already shared with you that I wear a dress slip underneath. Now, this particular dress slip I got at Target. They have a variation of dress slips. You can find them anywhere on the internet. I need to invest in a black one and different color ones. But girl, I'm giving illusions over here with this nude color one. So just know that I have a dress slip underneath. I have this very sheer, okay? Sheer, you could see me through it. This is what I call like a summertime scarf, right? Because it's so sheer. And look at this pattern. Okay, it's very boho pattern. My pashminas, I think, are meant for colder weather. They're thicker, they're warmer. Girl, I just put it on. Okay, draped it across the front, and I think it looks fabulous. And I always tell you that it comes down to your accessories, okay? So, girl, I just got a bunch of boho accessories on. Even if you just wear a few of these, huh? How about a few of them? These very skinny scarves, they are very boho as well. With my hat on, I think it works. You may disagree. Girl, you could wear it how it's intended for the Ren Fair, okay? But hey, listen, what if you are at the Ren Fair, okay? This is a cotton dress. It's very thin and light. You know, everybody in those costumes is baking their butts off in there. You can have a lighter, more refreshing moment. Just to switch up the color, okay? I did drape a pashmina over it, okay? Because it's a blank canvas. We can do whatever we want. Maybe the seasons changed. Maybe it's a little cooler. Girl, it looks wonderful. Match your hat, match your shoes, match your bag. It looks great. This next one, okay? I don't know what size this is. I'm going to have to measure it out. There's a little zipper opening on the side to make it easier. I don't have very much information on it, but it's like a patchwork cotton vest, but it's closed. It's a closed style vest. Very pretty. Now, to just cover like the front chest part, okay, you put something like this over it. And it's okay that it's cropped because you're wearing a dress. All the pieces that I thrift, I mostly always think of them as a layering piece, including this long dress. I think I really like this look because it's white on white. It's very summery. I wore a light color hat with it. Just grabbed a little summer bag. Where's that bag? This like woven natural kind of summery bag. This one has a zipper closure. I don't normally see it that way. And it has leather handles. I don't normally see them that way. I think that's pretty cool. So very sturdy for your trip to the Ren Fair or wherever you're going, girl. Now, I went a little crazy with this one. I was having a lot of fun because black is just one of those things that is like, this is like, it's very colorful, right? It's a very specific color palette. But black, it's like, girl, there's endless black things you could pair with one another. Here's this dress, okay? It's a spaghetti strap dress. It has 2 layers to it, okay? So inside is a lining, and I think that one is cotton, which is nice, right? The buttons are functional, okay? It's rather sheer. Like I could see my camera through it. So very nice for the summer. This one's a 16. However, yeah, the lining is cotton. The tag says Missy, so I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's the name of the dress. I don't know. Also, when I list things on my website, I take a picture of the tag just so that you can, see what I see. I absolutely love this dress. It's so fun, and I had a ton of fun just layering stuff on top of it. I'm very much into showing you guys about these skinny scarves, so I'm using it as much as I can because I know some people are not able to layer jewelry, okay? And it's, girl, it's uncomfortable, it's heavy, and so I'm just trying to always find these things as an option for my style sisters, okay? Because, girl, those are very light, they feel delicious on the skin, and I'm sure you can find them out and about. I love Stevie Nicks, okay? I've mentioned her. I think she's a style fashion icon. At least she is for me. Very boho in a different way, in a like glam rock, folk kind of way. God, it's so cool. So I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this, like kimono style jackets with the fringe. But girl, this one has the fringe on the sleeve. How freaking cool is that? And there is embroidery. And I'm very sorry because I know that just black on black is very hard to see in general. And this one has embroidery down the sleeve in a black detail on the back, on the front. Fabulous. Girl, there's so many different ways that you could style something like this up, like in a boho Western way, okay? It's just magnificent. And so I just put it on top of the dress with the thin scarf necklace. I think it looks fabulous, especially if you're going to wear a hat with it, some kind of a boho bag. You can't go wrong. And I personally love, I've already told you that, you know, when the scarf hangs behind you, I think it's very beautiful. Hey, the back is just like the front, right? You know, you have like long dangly bits in the front. Girl, dangle them in the back too. Okay. So then I took one of these. I know you have one of these, okay? This sheer lace duster. Obviously, you could see this one a lot better, right? It's got embroidery all over it, black on black. Now this one's sheer. I've already told you that this dress is pretty sheer and thin, okay? It's got that cotton lining on the inside. The buttons are fully functional, so you can open it in the front as much as you want. And if you just want a little bit more coverage on your arms, girl, like you know I do, this is perfect for something like that. And I know you already have one. Just simply with some really fun flats and this and that thin scarf. Girl, it's a moment. It is a look. I hope you agree. If you want to accentuate your waist, right? I have all of those items stacked on me, okay? And I tied a scarf, another black scarf with a little bit of fringe on it around my waist. It is wonderful to have all of these accessories available to you. These tiny tweaks just change everything up, okay? And if you notice in this version where I cinched my waist, the top of my head is a little fluffier. Girl, let me tell you why. I was out and about in the world, okay? And I came across a sign, whatever, a sale, right? And I went in there and I couldn't find anything. And then I saw a feather sticking out and I was like, what is that? And I picked it up and I thought, oh, it's like a little vintage hat. They're not always in good condition, like these little feather with the veil, little vintage hats. But I always take a look and I was like, hey. Ooh, I put it on immediately. The man who was selling things started laughing. I'm like, this is glamour, my darling. Look at this magnificence. What the hell? I've already lost 2 feathers. I don't know how to go about preserving it. It's some kind of like, you know how you have those little veils on those little vintage hats? Okay, so it's like that veil. And it has a bunch of feathers. They feel glued. I don't know if somebody did that when they made it or after. They're glued on, but girl, they're short little black feathers. Ah, it's so cool. And it's large. You know I've told you, okay? She's got a big head. And for this thing to be bigger than my head is everything. Girl, it was meant for me, okay? I'm just letting you know, don't not check the feathers at your sales, okay? Check the feathers. If you come across something like this and you don't want it, send it to me. And I'm just playing with accessories, switching it up, wearing this cowboy style hat and the lace duster with the scarf belt. Fabulous. All very fabulous with some boots. I'm ready for a Fleetwood Mac concert or the grocery store. Staying with the black on black on black on black thing, I've got this skirt. Yes. It is fantastic, okay? I love these skirts because they're very like gypsy style. And this one's got a couple of sections of like velvet in it, right? It's got different layers, really cool, different types of black fabric in it. And it's, I think, quite thin. I don't think I can show you because I could see like if I just pull up one layer of it, it's quite kind of thin, okay? So I think it's summer friendly. I'm always on the lookout for these skirts, and they're not abundant, okay? I don't come across them all the time. And this one is like new in that it's not faded and it feels divine. I just had some fun with it. I paired it with a simple black tunic so that you could just see what that looks like together. And it's fabulous. I put on the fringe kimono jacket on top of that. And I know it's hard to see because it's just black on black on black, but trust me, it is wonderful. The black tunic has embroidery, okay? Then I have embroidery and fringe all over the kimono. And then I have velvet and multi-textile patches on my skirt. Like it's black on black on black, but there's so much interest going on, okay? Fabulous. And then I put on the lace duster over that for maybe a thinner option. All of these options are quite thin, okay? They're quite sheer. And I would say pretty warm weather friendly because it's just such a flowy skirt, flowy things that you're putting on. And they're all very interesting and beautiful. I'm just playing with accessories so that you could see how versatile the look can be, right? You know, first it was just the tunic top with no accessories. And then, girl, you start layering it on. It's fabulous. It goes from day to evening that quickly. I added this pull cover up, okay? It's not for everybody. It's very sheer. It's very see-through. It's got like this, I don't know, macrame crochet style neckline that runs all around the piece, right? In a square shape. That's the kind that I like. And I wore my slip underneath because this is meant to be worn over your bikini, your bathing suit, okay? And so it's showing that part of you a bit. And so it gives an illusion, okay? So I am covered. I have a nude color slip. You could wear a black one. It definitely is like an illusion that it's giving. That I loved pairing with this big skirt because the top is flowy, the skirt is flowy. This is the kind of look that I like, the very oversized flowy look. Now I have another pull cover up and it's black. Girl, I went crazy. I've had this for a while. This is one by Iman. It's a 3X. You see, it's very sheer, okay? I don't know if you could tell. It's got like this embroidered kind of embossed leaf pattern on it, and it's got ruffles on the sleeve. Oh gosh, I felt it was with the skirt. It was very like gypsy, very romantic to me because of like the billowiness of the top. I thought that looked very nice together. I tucked the front part of the top in one of the looks because I wanted to create more of a balloony look. And girl, I thought it was romantic. I just loved it. And then I tied a scarf around my waist, right? To accentuate my waist, added a colorful purse clutch. But this is very sheer, very light scarf, okay? And it's black, but it's got a bunch of different colors that, because I'm wearing all black, kind of just stands out, okay? It adds a pop of color. My clutch kind of goes with it. So that's all I'm saying. It's black on black, but there's so much going on. I have styled up this dress for you before, okay? I've shared the make of it. Babe yawned. This is a 2XL dress. I've styled this up for you. And I was like, oh gosh, this reminds me of like Stevie Nicks. This is totally something she would wear. The glamour, the sequins, the fringe of it all. Like, I know it's a Gatsby style flapper dress, but girl, to me, first Stevie Nicks style, very rock goddess. And I tried it on by itself so you could see it. You know, it's a nice dress. But then I put the skirt underneath it, because we're going for hippy dippy gypsy boho vibes here, okay? And it is black on black, but we have different textiles in our skirt, velvet being one of them. We have fringe, we have sequins, we have sheer. I think that there's so much going on here, even though it is black on black, that just is so boho. And then adding our fringe kimono to it, okay? Because we already have fringe on the bottom. Let's add some more fringe. Girl, turn it up. I think it's wonderful, okay? These are all black on black, various looks, okay? And all of these pieces play well with each other. And then you could also tie your little kimono jacket in the front just to kind of accentuate your waist if that's what you're into. But it all looks fabulous. I love this style of top, okay? And you probably already have some in your closet, okay? They usually have a sheer top layer, right? A tank top that is permanently attached at the bottom. And they usually are very flowy in this way, okay? This light sheer layer, they usually have a print. This one's by Alfani, but I've seen these before. And I love layering these over dresses or skirts in this case, okay? I put it over that black skirt just to show you how we just dressed up the heck out of this skirt in so many different ways. And this is another way, okay? Yes, you're wearing black on black, but I love the pattern on this top, the way that it merged like that from the shoulder, from the hip. Very nice. I think it looks lovely with that skirt. And there's just something about these skirts, you know, they make me want to do like the can-can. They're so fun. They're so gypsy, you know, that it's like one of those skirts you just want to swoosh about. When I showed you this when I thrifted it, okay? I washed it. Everything's fine. It is in this crazy cool pink color, okay? And I'm taking the same approach as I did with the black one, okay? I tried it on for you so you could see how horrible it is, how boring it is. And then I paired it with another one of these skirts. This one still has its tags on it, but look at the different colors that it has. It's also very thin. Like I could see my lights through it. It's got a little bit of velvet at the bottom. They're freaking fabulous skirts. I love these skirts. You probably already have them, honestly. But then I put it underneath this fringe skirt. Why? Because why not? And because this is sleeveless, I put a duster over it. This very gorgeous bohemian print, paisley print duster. I think it's from Zara. The tag up here is missing, but down here there is one little word that says Zara in it. And so that's why I say that. Girl, it has its tie still. What is even going on? That's so rare. But this duster, I have had so much fun styling this up. Okay, I've been adding it to all the looks. And I hope that you agree that these three pieces together, it's a party and a half. Now, that same skirt, I just put a tunic over it so that you see what that looks like. It had like plums in it, different colors. It doesn't have to be an exact match. The vibe just has to be there, okay? The vibe is what we're matching here. And I think that tunic looks wonderful with this skirt, okay? Any tunic would. And I draped one of these like velvet burnout scarves. They're very summer friendly if you ask me, because they're so sheer. They come in different sizes. This one's just a small one that I found, and they come in different sizes, okay? So I tried one on with the tunic top, with the skirt, just to change it up, just to add a layer, just to feel more goddess-like, and it looks divine. I skipped over the fact that I switched up into this skirt because I was using a lot of the same stuff to style this one. This is by Earthbound. It's an extra large. And so it's like this faux, well, I guess it's real. It's patchwork because it's got all the stitching. But what I liked about this skirt, besides that it was boho and long, is this trim here. It's like a knitted trim. It's all like diamonds at the bottom. Absolutely fabulous. Fully boho. I forgot to point that out. I'll put the look up here. But it got mixed up in the shuffle because I was pairing it with the same stuff. So that's what happened there. Very sorry, guys. Hard for me to keep track of these things. And then just switching up your accessories changes up the look, okay? Do you want to be more dressed up? Do you want to be a bit more casual? Girl, however you feel. The skirt, the look, the aesthetic will accommodate you. And then I just threw the duster over the tunic and the skirt, right? It's perfect because every piece is boho. Every piece has different colors that kind of go with each piece. And I think it goes. I like that chaotic pattern look. That's the kind of boho that I'm always kind of trying to aim for, okay? Different pieces. Like this is crazy dressy, okay? And then this looks like a robe. And then this long skirt does not have any sequins, does not look like a rock star, you know? So pairing them all together just creates this crazy cool vibe. And to me, it's very priestess. It's very goddess. And I hope you agree. This is something that I've been wanting to share, but I always forget to include. This is a scarf, obviously, but look at how it's like kind of rounded at the bottom, right? The top is straight and the bottom has a curve. Girl, when I saw this, I was like, this is everything and more. This looks like a belt. Not only that, this cute trim, okay? This fringe reminded me of like those belly dancing scarves, right? Where they have the coins, except you get all the action. You get all the dazzle without any of the sound, okay? And girl, just as a belt, okay? Like a little corset belt, it's fabulous. I've never seen one. I don't know if you have one. I don't know if you've seen them, but girl, pick them up. You can, just like your belly dancing ones, you can accentuate your hip rather than your midsection, okay? Your natural waist. You can do a hip. Girl, the possibilities are endless. When I tell you I love this thing, I freaking love this thing. I am going to be on the lookout for stuff like this. This is fabulous. A boho must-have. You can even, girl, oh my God, it's divine. Look at this fringe. Look. It's fabulous. Girl, you can't tell me nothing. Nothing. This is so good. Oh, my God. Sorry. Okay. Moving on. So I put it on as a belt, as you saw, and then I put my duster back on. Look, I'm just playing with the pieces that I have here, okay? I feel like it's always like a little capsule wardrobe moment, and I'm always like switching the pieces on and off with each other just to show you like how well they play with each other. I put the scarf, the belt scarf, or the one that I'm using as a belt, over the duster. I put it over the duster. You know, it depends what you want. Do you want to accentuate your waist a lot or a little? Girl, it's up to you. So it's just, I'm constantly switching my accessories up in very tiny ways so that you decide what you want to do. You know, I'm just only ever trying to give you ideas. And you can wear it on your head. That is a bowl of fun if you do decide to do that. I love that. And because of the fringes, because of the size of this scarf, it's like a necklace, okay? It's like a dangly necklace. I only saw it and found it in this pink, but girl, I can only imagine if it existed in like silver. Ugh. It would replace a necklace so easily. Lightweight, feel nice. Okay, I just love it. This is essential to your boho wardrobe, okay? Whatever that is. Now, I wanted to share with you. This was a little kimono, right? It was open. But I'm trying to solve for super hot days, okay? So I decided to make it a top. I don't know how you feel about that, but like you would have to add this on top of another top, right? Another actual top that's solid so you don't show your goodies, and then this, and then maybe it's too hot. So I just said, screw it, make it a top, okay? A whole top. Now, I still wore something underneath. This isn't something that I would wear out in public, but it's very light. It's one of those little slip tops, okay? It doesn't add much. It feels quite lovely, actually. And wore the top, you know, over it. And it's perfect for summer because, girl, sometimes, hey, these things, when you start flapping them wings, people get a peek into your insides. And if you're into that, girl, go for it. But I like to keep my goodies undercover, and I feel better when I have a dress slip or a top slip so that if there ever is any peekaboo moments, you don't see anything that I don't want you to see. And I just paired it with some really cute capris because why not? It's summer and I think it looks darling together. My shoes kind of matched the center of the little daisies. This is a really fun embroidered top. It's darling, okay? I don't know if I even showed you how cute the little embroidered daisies are. And I like this color blue. Whatever vibe you're going for, you can achieve through your accessories, okay? I picked up this dress. I thought it was really fun. Again, it has its little belt. Shocking. That almost never happens, I swear. This is a 14W, and I really liked that it was very caftan-like, okay? And I loved the different hems. You've got one down the front, right? There's multiple layers to this, a couple. It's coming down in a point in the front, and then you have this second layer that comes off to the sides. I loved that really jagged look, the busyness of the colors and the stripes, and this belt that goes around the waist. But you know, girl, there are no rules. You do what you want. And there was something very 70s about it. I don't know why. It just gave me that vibe. So I picked it up. But girl, I don't do this here. The sleeveless part, it's not for me. And you know, if you have a sheer top, or even if you have something like this to go on top, you know, that could work. But girl, we're having fun here, okay? I'm only ever trying to have some fun. This look that I put together on a whim, okay? I love, I adore. It's my most favorite look of this style look. I put some harem pants underneath it, and you will see that the teal is the exact match of the teal, except this is more kind of iridescent. This one's not, but they're the same color teal. Okay, happy accident. I love it so much. And then I added the Zara duster over it. I belted it with the fringe pink belt. Girl, it's everything. And I'm wearing my pink heels. Oh my God, this look. I just loved it. I felt like 70s boho realness, okay? I love this outfit. Girl, you can't say nothing to me. I even turned it up, okay? I was like, I have this other super colorful scarf, okay? Belting is scarves, okay? And we can use the triangle shape of our scarves to give ourselves like a little corseted belt and leave the fringe if you have that available to you. Just got another colorful clutch bag just because I can. Had fun with that. Okay. This one's it. Like, oh my God, yes. Like, I love this look so much, okay? I took this sari scarf. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Girl, look at this thing. Look at how gorgeous it is, okay? These here are pink. These are like gold. You have the teal, the sequins. You have, oh my God, girl. I can't even with this, okay? Obviously, this is a matching set. Girl, I got lucky. What the hell? But let me tell you, even if you're not interested in the set, which how can you not be interested in harem pants? Okay, these I Dream of Genie color ones. Sometimes it's worth to buy the set just for this. Depends who you ask, okay? It's all beautiful. I love it all, okay? But this is so gorgeous, girl. Oh my God. And the sari scarf, the scarf, girl, whatever it is, paired with that dress, okay? It's everything. It is absolutely stunning. You have one arm out, the scarf, the glitz, the glam, the color. It is, I just think it's like very 1970s Studio 54, here I come, colorful queen, okay? I hope you agree. And just for the sake of having fun, I took the top and just put it on top of the dress, and it just shows a little bit of the color from the dress underneath. I put the duster on top. Girl, there are no rules. Do what you want, okay? And it looks very playful. It's very cheerful. It's very fun. It's very bold. Now, I took the belt from the dress, okay? I fished it down the tunic top and tied it. Why? Because sometimes, girl, just sometimes we want to feel like a big present, okay? And I was just playing with the top, playing with all of these pieces that I have, and it looked like a big bow. And I felt like a present. I think it's so fun. Obviously, the top matches the pants. The dress is matching everything. It's just a different way of wearing the set, okay? You can have fun. You can do whatever you want. That is the beautiful thing about this, okay? You have free will. You are your own person. Nobody got you here but you. And that means, girl, you could do whatever you want. I took the belt. Sometimes I belt down my scarves or my poncho, just the front panel. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do that with the tunic top because it's 2 long pieces. And so I hiked up the front of the tunic top and tied it in place with the belt of the dress just to kind of create a more elongated look to the back panel of the tunic. And girl, I thought that was a fun take on that, do whatever you want. I added my really fun textile necklace that has all those really fun colors on it. I think it looks all well together. Girl, it just depends, God, were you going to a pride party? Did you feel like a piñata that day? Maybe. And what? Moving on. I have this, I hope it's a pool cover-up, girl. It's a sheer dress. And you know what? If I had a black slip, I would wear it. I'm just thinking of summer here, okay? That's all I'm thinking about. This is a sheer number here. And I just wore my dress slip, the nude one. But you might have a black one. And this is obviously a very light number for the summertime. I don't know what the sizes are to a lot of these things. And so in my website, I usually list measurements that I've taken to help. I just thought it was so cool. I love the little wiggly lines. I paired it on top with this really neat little, I don't know, it's cardigan style, little mesh jacket. I don't know what you call this, a top. It's very summery, okay? It's got its little wooden button here. It's got like a net look to it. I don't know, I think maybe it's got another button there on the sleeve. Yeah, they're on both sides. So maybe the sleeves kind of ruche up. Very beachy, okay? Just like the black dress. Very beachy. And then I paired it with this, okay? So these things kind of go together. This nude underneath the black. It's all in the same kind of color family, if you ask me. I just picked a fun little bag with my slides, and I think it's a look. I think it's a fit. Now, if you want a little bit more coverage, you can use a very large black scarf. This, I'm sure, is a sari. I found it by itself. It is beyond summer friendly. Look at this. It's just a sheer black sari. And the beautiful part about these guys, okay, if you're worried about it wrapping around you, is that, girl, they come in so many sizes and lengths that there's one for everybody, okay? And you can wrap it around you for a little extra light coverage. Girl, this is nothing. This is nothing. And this is nothing. They're so thin and sheer, very summer friendly, yet so many different ways that we could cover ourselves up, even yet still with all that sheerness. Now, another option, I went with an animal print, beyond summer friendly. Look at the size of this thing and how gorgeous it is, okay? I love this scarf. It's a scarf. It's very thin. It's very light. It's got a little fringe there. It's very thin. It's very light. Paired with an animal bag, some really cool natural looking accessories. Girl, it's summer all day. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, okay? I think it's a really fun dress, okay? And the nude illusion may be too much for you, but girl, get a black slip and you're fine. You're ready. I do have one caftan. This one is 100% polyester. I have a very hard time finding caftans in natural fibers, but I can't pass them up. This one's just so beautiful. I love the brown with the green. It's very thin, okay? I love it. I love the print. I'm very happy with this caftan. I've had others like it, but it's just really beautiful color combination. This one does have a drawstring in the front. There's different ways that you can fish your drawstring through, okay? When I wash these polyester caftans, okay, you do it by hand or gentle or delicate cycle, hang to dry, okay? There's no need for a dryer here. You have to be gentle. It has a drawstring through here, okay? I take it out when I'm about to wash it. And I'll fish it back through. You know, I'll put a safety pin on one end and just fish it back through. There's a little channel that it goes through in the front and in the back. On the sides of your hip, you feel the drawstring because it's only going through the front panel of the dress and the back panel of the dress, okay? I like to just tie the front panel to the back and leave the back flowing, and that's just how I did it. And sometimes I don't tie it at all. You know, I don't want to lose the drawstring, so I'll take it out, and just wear it as a flowy caftan. But I just wanted to explain that to you in case you come across one and you don't know. So I just tried it on for you with some boho accessories, seashell necklaces, you know, because it's brown, it's boho, it's very earthy. Seashell necklaces are wonderful for this look. And it's just very simple. There's so much going on here, okay? It's already got a lot going on in the collar and the front. It's just a grab and go. It's easy, okay? I love caftans for that. Now, I don't know if you remember this. I found this duster while out thrifting. I didn't have any info on it other than it was a 3XL, okay? I washed it. It came clean beautifully. It's got these light metallic golds and silvers. Girl, I sewed it, okay? Now it's a dress. Now it's a caftan. I cannot get over this whole sewing and transforming kimonos. Or now dusters, okay? Just like how I said I would wear this gray silver dress to maybe like a special event or wedding. Girl, I would do the same with this one. All I did was put on my dress slip underneath, okay? This one here, very light. This is so light. It is very sheer. You just wear a slip underneath and you're good to go, girl. Girl, you are so good to go. Yeah, I just went all the way down, but I left the ruffled part open. That way, when you're walking, you don't trip over, hopefully, so your feet can kind of poke through the fabric while you're walking. Girl, it was just a thought I had. I don't know if it's necessary, but this is a caftan, okay? It is a rectangle. That is a caftan, okay? Now, it just has this like ruffled part at the bottom that I think makes it a little bit more fun. And I just put on my boho jewelry with it. If I'm going for a wedding or a formal event, I'm probably going to match my jewelry. I went with silver, okay, because it's gray. It's got these little metallic elements to it. Silver everything, okay, to be very dressed up for the occasion, okay? Yes, I'm very excited. I try to pick up larger sizes, and this is going to be a larger size caftan for anybody really, but I try to be very inclusive as much as I can. I absolutely love how this came out. Just leaving it open with my hair pinned up, also looks good. I took a silver scarf. I fished it through the armholes, okay? The scarf, I fished through the armholes and buckled it behind me here and left the back of the dress free. I like that, girl, okay? And I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just playing around here. I also took a rope. Yes, like this belt here from this dress. I put that through there. I don't know what you might have available to you when you do this, because you might have a duster and you might want it to be a caftan instead. Girl, you could do it. Just stitch it straight down, merge those two panels together, and you got a caftan, okay? But I'm just giving you an idea that if you do decide to do that, how you can anchor it if you want to. I also wrapped the rope around the back of the dress if you want the whole thing to kind of accentuate your waist, okay? And you see, it's a 3XL garment. You can, because it's like caftan style, it's complementary to a lot of shapes, I think, okay? To a lot of different sizes. That's what I love about caftans. The last style up, I had some boho basics, okay? They were much longer than this, but they had the same kind of tiered hemline here where it's like two pieces of fabric cut in this way. I think one was green, one was brown. They were excellent. I have a white one right now. It's a little bit shorter, I think, than the last ones. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. But very summery, very thin. It's got really cute natural buttons. Girl, you can do whatever you want. It's white. Boho basic and white. Girl, what can't you do? I accented it with green. Okay, very summery. Some green heels, a green summertime scarf. Now this scarf here, girl, you can't tell me nothing. This is so summertime. It's so light, okay? Very light and super sheer and just gorgeous print by some Italian company, but it's gorgeous, okay? Very summertime. I just put on like green earrings, green necklace, green bracelets, green bag, and it's got summertime written all over it. With your hair pinned up, girl, you're a class act. But maybe you want to have a little bit more fun, okay? I know I like to have a little bit more fun. You can add a white scarf and still add a pop of color, okay? This one's super white, very thin, very sheer. It feels beautiful. I don't know what it's made of. My God, it feels so nice. Never seen that before, but it's made in Turkey and it feels beautiful. But it's got this really fun boho trim with like paisleys and the little pom-pom trim. Girl, you cannot go wrong. The dress is white. I used it as a pop of color like I did the green. I used a very playful, fully embroidered tote, okay? It's so fun with some pink heels, okay? It's all up to you. Can you go up from there? Can you hype up the play button, the playfulness setting? Absolutely. You can add some whimsy with your necklace, with putting flowers in your hair, some pink flowers. Girl, there's so much you could do here. It's white. You could do whatever you want. You could be a lime green class act or a bright pink, colorful joy, walking joy, okay? I paired it with a pink little bag. Girl, it's so much fun. You could just keep it white on white. Now, I know it's summertime, okay? And I know it's not fall yet, but girl, will be. Look, I was out there having dinner with my wife. It was an early dinner, and girl, it got cold, okay? And I didn't have my damn pashmina in my bag. I didn't have a scarf. I was so uncomfortable. The temperature can flip at any moment. Look at this thing. Look at the glitterati in this poncho. I love the shape of it. If you don't like the buttons, girl, remove them. It's only in the front. Party in the front, okay? Business in the back. Look at the long fringe. Look how long these tassels are. They're fabulous. With this white basic, you can't go wrong. Maybe that's what you want to do. And girl, I'm here for it. Like I said, I try to keep an eye out for things for different sizes, okay? Now, I came across these pants. I think they're fabulous, okay? They are fabulous pants. Y'all gonna give me grace, remember, about styling them up because they're not my size. These are a 4X, okay? Look at this magnificence, okay? First off, they're double layer. I'm taking away the sides here, okay? You see this split panel? It goes in the front and the back. This is the pant leg, okay? I'm going to take out these panels here so you could get a better idea. Now the pants, the first layer is a sheer pair of pants, okay? Then you have a second layer that is a split, almost like a skirt, okay? Pair of sheer panels that are split on the sides and the inside. I absolutely love these pants, okay? I think that they're very boho. They are very fabulous, okay? Now, I found this top. This one is 5X, okay? This is it feels lovely. It's a sheer, very sheer. I don't know if you could see. It's a sheer top, okay? It's pretty thin is what I'm saying. I like the print. I like the yellow, okay? So I just took these two pieces and styled them up together because I would definitely wear these pieces, okay? I didn't find those pants in a smaller size or I'd wear them my damn self or keep them for myself, I should say, okay? But I said, that if I found something in larger sizes that I would definitely wear, I'm going to pick them up for you, girl, okay? I paired it with some flats, a nice a scarf, okay? One of those polyester scarves that kind of had the same color scheme, a nice tote bag. I wrapped a scarf around my waist to kind of accentuate my waist at my natural waistline. And I think it looks good together, girl. Remember, I told you, these sari scarves, okay, are a fabulous way to add another boho layer to your look. And I wrapped it around me, and I think that they all look together, okay? The headscarf, the glasses, the slides, everything. And the scarf is so sheer that the yellow is still peeking through. And girl, this is so thin. This is sheer. This is sheer. I think it's perfect for summer. My opinion. The next thing that I want to share with you guys, I had a style sister comment in the comments. She shook my world, turned it upside down, okay? She gave me such an incredible tip. Miss Dallas Johnson 5037, girl, I love you for that. Thank you. Thank you so much for commenting and letting me know, because I had no idea. A lot of times the style sisters have asked me, like, how do you anchor your scarves? When you put it over the shoulder, because sometimes I don't always buckle it here. Sometimes I buckle it here. Well, I was using safety pins, because when I would go to the thrift store and I would see, like, let's say this sari, it would have safety pins through it. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's good enough for them. It's good enough for me. I would use brooches or safety pins. And sometimes my scarf would get ruined or messed up or snagged. I was telling you guys that, like, I use safety pins, but I button it through my clothes, like in here, so that my scarf wouldn't get ruined, because if I did it on top, it would ruin my scarf. She recommended that I use hijab magnets. Girl, I didn't need to hear anything else. I just heard magnets. I was like, what the hell? Why didn't I think of that? I just got a little 12 pack off of Amazon, okay? And girl, I already told you, they pay me dust. They are paying me dust over here. They don't care about me. You could probably find it on Etsy. If I could find a link, I'll put one down below. But they're just magnets, scarf magnets. They come in different strengths, I think. These, like you see here, they're different colors, right? Because your scarves are going to be different colors. And they're shaped in a way, right? In like at a slant, so that you can pull them apart easily. They're quite strong. Now, they don't hold too much of, like, you can't go doubling it like crazy, but just like this right here, because these are thin summertime scarves, girl, a godsend, a blessing. Let's say maybe you drop one, you lose it, keep an extra pair or set in your little grab and go pouch that you keep in your purse. Maybe it comes loose, you can have it in here. Oh my God, thank you so much. Right now I have a magnet here, and look, there's so many different versions and varieties of these things. Some of them have little chains, some of them have little like rhinestone thingies on them. There's so many varieties, I had no idea, okay? But you can also DIY your own. If you have like an earring, only one earring, or put it on an existing brooch, you can glue these on there. The possibilities are endless. I am so grateful to you, sister, for giving me that tip. I'm so happy to share it with you guys. And I love it. I think you guys should try it out. You know, they're fabulous and no damage. Who knew? I didn't know. But I'm so glad that a style sister came along to share that with us, okay? Thank you to all of you who decide to press those good karma buttons. It helps more than you know. Hyping, liking, doing all of that helps, okay? Thank you so much. And thank you to my channel members. 2 style sisters decided to join since my last upload, and I can't tell you how happy, you know, me and my wife literally do a happy dance when we see that happen. Like, it's a different kind of validation that I cannot explain that it gives me. Thank you so much, you guys. I can't thank you enough. I just can't. My website is got fresh inventory for you to look over. And like I said, there's so many things that I wish would fit me that doesn't fit me. And so I just put it up there, and maybe it'll fit you, bring you joy. Take a look. It's there for you to check out. Thank you so much, you guys, for all of your support. And I will be back with another style up video soon. Thank you for watching. I love you for that. And until my next video, I'll see you next time. Bye.